This week is the start of something new, something great. This week is the start of my ascension back to greatness, my ascension back to the top of HCW. Now, for those of you who saw the pay-per-view last show, watched me lose my world championship to Bray Wyatt in a triple threat elimination tables match, my own hand-chosen stipulation. This came as a shock to not only just me, to everybody else. It was my hand-chosen stipulation. This was my calling card, my undefeated streak. It was taken away from me in one night. For those of you who don't know of my past in tables matches, back in Ring of Glory, I beat Dan Anderson in a tables match. Wolfpack Wrestling International is part of a 3 Stages of Hell match. I put my best friend, Jeremy Baltimore, through a table, ultimately letting me win that match. And then, in my company of Absolute Intense Wrestling, I won the AIW World Championship back from WWE's Golden Boy, John Cena, in a tables match. Now, at the pay-per-view, I was able to extend my streak to 4-0 when I milestoned Jordan Post through a table. Let's just say we won't be seeing him for much longer. But that's the past. This is the future. This week starts my series of free-for-all open challenge matches. I've heard many superstars and divas in the back talking about entering my challenge, to take my challenge, but I haven't heard a single one make it official to fully enter my challenge. Just goes to show you that many people can talk the talk, but nobody walks the walk. The only one who is walking right now, as it goes by challenging me, is Fatih, the man who has issues with Eric Herrera, who has issues with me, who has issues with big business. He wants us all to believe that big business is this huge vice on us, that it's this big villain keeping us all down. Fatih, I want you to think about this. The clothes that you wear, the food that you eat, where you live, the cigarettes you smoke, all of them provided by big business. Doesn't matter what company, Target, Walmart, CVS, Giant, doesn't matter. All big business. During your promos against Eric Herrera last week, or on the last show at Blood Wars, you called him a hypocrite for pandering to the crowd, pandering to the fans, when he was really in it for the money. You're the real hypocrite. You want to believe, and you want us all to believe, that big business is a villain. When you're living here, you're living in the middle of it just like the rest of us. Living off of it. Now, during your promo from the last show, you had made some comments about me. First words out of your mouth about me, not even 15 seconds into your promo, you call me a rich boy. Oh, God. Now, was my family well off? Sure. Doesn't mean I was. Everything that I've gotten in my life, into my career, I've worked for. Going through all of my championships that I've ever held, all of them I've earned them. None of them I was given nothing. I had to earn everything. You want to complain about having to fight for your life, your entire life, because you were picked on as the little guy, that you had to fight drunks on the street when you walked home. Good for you. I'm sure plenty of other people have had that same situation. You don't see them bitching about it. Issue with that is, I'm not some drunk on the street. Nobody in this company is. Some of them fight like it, but what can you do? You also have issues with people because they single you out because you're Muslim, because of your religion. Good for you, you're Muslim. What does that have to do with anything? I'm agnostic, people are Catholic, Satanist, atheist, doesn't matter. Religion has nothing to do with wrestling and with this company. You want to say that the only way that I would be a challenge to you is if I put my money towards wrestling training. And you can bet your ass I did. Every bit of money that I had extra I put aside for wrestling training with one of the most famous independent circuits in this country, if not the world, Maryland Championship Wrestling. Got my start there. I got talent scouted up to WWE, where I got my first pieces of success. Now I'm here. Nearly 2 years later. 9 championships, 2 Royal Rumbles, all of them earned by myself. Didn't have to kiss anybody's ass. Nothing was handed to me. Everything I got was earned. Don't believe me? We'll do a run through of my championships. My first championship, the Hardcore Championship, WWE Network. I had beat Evan Bourne in a hardcore match to win that title. My second Hardcore Championship, I beat the giant Matt Morgan, 24/7 rule for the championship. My record tying championship. 97 days tying Big Boss Man is the longest reigning hardcore champion in the company history. WWE Cruiserweight Championship. I destroyed charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy before the match even started. Milestone after milestone into the steel of the stage, and a swanton bomb off of a 30-foot ladder onto his prone body before I climbed the ladder and took the championship to become the first ever dual reigning hardcore and cruiserweight championships. AIW. The AIW World Championship. My first World Championship. I went through a grueling battle against the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, in an I Quit match that made him say those infamous words to win my World Championship. Next pay-per-view, I lose the title to John Cena, WWE's Golden Boy. Show after that, Brian Miles versus John Cena in a tables match for that same World Championship. I won that match, making me 3-0 in championship in tables matches and 2-0 or 2 reigns with the World Championship. Red River Wrestling, my company right before Hardcore Championship Wrestling. I won a 30-person over-the-top rope battle royal to win that match, to win that championship. Now the company went under a full 2 weeks later, maybe not even that long. Eric Herrera signed me on to HCW and allowed me to continue my reign as world champion on HCW. 4 world championship reigns in 7 months, probably less. Every championship I've gotten, I've earned. Nothing was handed to me. Fatih wants people to believe that Eric only hangs out with me, that I only hang out with him because of money and power. Let me set the scene up for you. A young Brian Miles, leaving his very first big name wrestling company, WWE Network. Low on money, nowhere to go. Eric Herrera takes me under his wing and trains me. How is that nexus of money and power? How does that fit in with your statement of me? It doesn't. You may want it to, but it doesn't. You've been spouting these political conspiracies ever since you got here. That big business is putting us all down. You can spout them all you want. I've heard them all my life. 9/11 was staged. Osama bin Laden was some fake entity used to bring America together, and the moon landing being faked. Keep going. I can listen to it. I've heard it before. None of it's a shock to me. That has nothing to do with wrestling or this company. You may want it to, but it doesn't. Now, as for my match, Fatih, you may be on a roll as of late, but that roll will stop when you step in that ring against me in this open challenge match. Now, there have been rumors going around that there's a new signee, new to the company, who is entering the challenge along with Fatih. They say he is similar to me. They say that we could be doubles. Good. I want us to be the same, to be similar. Because if we are, if that is true, then I finally have a legitimate challenge in this company. Every single person up till Blood War has been nothing more than a win in my record. Now everybody is saying that I'm washed up, that I'm a has-been because I lost my world championship. That could not be farther from the truth. I get my rematch clause at Boondocks Beatdown against Bray Wyatt, where I will win my championship back. Then we have this race to 3 to crown the inaugural HCW Tag Team Championships. The first team to win 3 matches wins. I can tell you for a fact that Capitalist Czar Syndicate will be that inaugural tag championships. It doesn't matter if it's me and Tony, me and Jay, Tony and Jay, doesn't matter who wins those titles. But I can tell you that it will be a combination of the 3 of us. There are plenty of teams in this scenario who, on paper, have a chance to win these titles. But very few actually have a chance. Like some of these teams, Grassroots Revolution, Fatih's own tag team. I will prove tonight that he is no challenge for me, and ultimately no challenge for CCS. Old Fighting Farts. Stupid ass name. Old men who are just looking for a final bit of glory that is never going to happen. By this time that Boondocks Beatdown rolls around, I will be standing here with 2 different championships. The World Championship once I beat Bray, and the Tag Team Championships once CCS wins this race to 3. Y'all can try and step up to me, try to step up to us. It won't matter. You can challenge a god, but you can't take him down. You can try all you want. Won't mean a damn thing. Bring a fight.